Window and balcony falls are a serious safety hazard for children, especially in the warmer months when families tend to open their windows and spend more time outdoors. In this video, we will look at some of the statistics and consequences of these falls among children in BC and Canada. According to BC Children's Hospital, at least 11 children have been treated at their emergency department after falling from a window or balcony this summer. 2 of those children have since passed away. In these 3 months alone, June, July and August, the total is approaching the number for all of last year. In 2020, 14 children aged 16 and younger were treated at BC Children's Emergency Department for falls from high elevations, such as windows and balconies. Most falls from windows or balconies involve children aged 6 and under, 91%. The main types of injuries children sustain from these falls are head injuries and fractures to shoulders and upper arms. These injuries can be devastating for the child and their family, as they may result in permanent disability, brain damage, or death. Between 2010 and 2016, 132 children were treated at trauma centers around B. after they fell from a window or balcony. About 85% of them were kids between the ages of 1 and 6. These numbers show that window and balcony falls are not rare events, but rather a common and preventable cause of injury among young children. Toddlers are especially vulnerable to window falls because they are curious. They love to climb and often don't recognize when they are putting themselves at risk. Because they have a higher center of gravity, toddlers can easily fall headfirst through a window screen if they lean against it. Window screens are not designed to prevent falls, but only to keep bugs out. Window and balcony falls can happen in any type of home, whether it is a house, an apartment, or a high-rise building. They can also happen at any time of the day or night, regardless of whether the child is supervised or not. That is why it is important for parents and caregivers to take proactive steps to prevent these falls from happening in the first place. In the next section, we will share some tips on how to keep your children safe near windows and balconies. The tips and recommendations from BC Children's Hospital on how to prevent window and balcony falls at home are: don't leave children unattended on balconies or decks. Children can climb over railings or fall through gaps if they are not supervised. Move furniture and planters or anything that can be climbed on away from windows, balcony railings and balcony door handles. Children can use these items to reach windows or doors that are not locked or secured. Lock balcony doors and install window guards on windows above the ground floor. Window guards are metal or plastic devices that prevent windows from opening more than 10 centimeters wide. Make sure they have a safety release in case of fire. Fasten windows so that they cannot open more than 10 centimeters wide. You can use window stops, wedges or locks to limit how far windows can open. Remember, window screens are not strong enough to prevent a child from falling through. Talk to your children about the dangers of opening or playing near windows and balconies, especially on upper floors of the home or in a high-rise building. Teach them to stay away from windows and doors unless an adult is present. If your child has fallen from a window or balcony, call 911 immediately. Check for signs of head injury, such as loss of consciousness, vomiting, bleeding or bruising. Get them assessed by a healthcare provider urgently. These tips can help you keep your children safe from window and balcony falls at home. For more information, visit the BC Children's Hospital website. In this section, we will hear the stories and testimonials from families who have experienced window and balcony falls and how they have recovered or coped. First, let's meet Lauren, a 5-year-old girl who fell from her second-story window on New Year's Eve. She was curious about the park outside her window and pushed her head against the window screen, which gave way. She landed on the concrete patio below and suffered a skull fracture and a brain bleed. She was rushed to CHOC Hospital's Level 2 Pediatric Trauma Center, where she received expert care from a team of specialists. She spent 2 weeks in the hospital and underwent surgery to relieve the pressure on her brain. She also had physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to help her regain her abilities. Lauren's mother, Ruth, says she is grateful for the care her daughter received and wants to warn other parents about the dangers of window falls.